What is up, you guys? Today I'll be going over how I made my engine bay go from this to this using only one chemical, a toothbrush, a pick, and a lot of manual labor. Here's a little index for you guys in case you want to skip ahead, but let's get right into it. You just met my orange buddy and my new other buddy, this mustache guy. So first of all, we gotta look around, see where we can start at. There is a lot of wires to take off, but I think we'll get through it. First of all, I would like to label everything. So that way when I put everything back together, it should be pretty simple. Hopefully it's not too bad. I did go around looking at it beforehand and it looks like a lot, but once you start piecing it together, it's not as bad as it looks. But yeah, I'll come back once I get all the wiring labeled and I'm gonna do it from the ends. So everything coming off and everything that stays on. So let's do that real quick. And like that, it's all off and labeled. As you can see, this is separated into two. This one is basically for the coils and injectors and stuff, and some parts on the front. The main one is that big one that goes all right here. But yeah, now it's basically off. Now the next thing to do is basically get it on that stand. And the way to do that is to take the clutch off and all the little plates. So I'm gonna do that next. Oh. So the proper way of actually unloosening those would be having a buddy or something, but there's also another way. You either use the gun like how I did, or you can get one of these that holds the flywheel in place, and this will help. So I guess I'll show you guys how to use this real quick. So let's go head over there. As you can see, I got it placed, and the little teeth are gonna sit on the flywheel, and as I tighten this down, it'll just hold it down. But that is technically the proper way of doing it. I didn't do that because I ain't know it any better, you know? And like that, it's on. I had to put like a little spacer and a washer, but it's held on. We don't need that no more, I guess, for the flywheel, but now we gotta get this clutch off, I mean. And it's pretty on there, bruh. I don't know if I'm missing something, but it's on there. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a way of getting this out. And like that, it's off. Let's look at what we got. This is the clutch. I actually had to take it off with the pry bar. That junk was stuck on as crap. So what y'all think, man? How is it looking? Let's see. Looks all right, no? It looks a little burnt. It's not too bad though. It could be way worse, but at least I'm not reusing it, so who cares? Okay, so now it's time. We gotta remove the flywheel because I suspect that the rear main seal is leaking pretty bad. And I don't think it was the oil pan. It might have been both, but I think it might be the rear main seal because our transmission is filled with oil, and that's pretty bad. So let's take that off real quick. Okay. So there is no point of me putting this on, so I'm gonna have to take that off again. That was really just put on just to show you what you can do if you don't have a buddy. So yeah. All right, well now you're gonna watch me struggle until we get this out together. Come on, baby boy. There you go. Yeah, it's the rear main seal. Holy crap, I'm about to show you guys. This we may reuse, so I'm gonna put this somewhere safe. As you can see, my rear main seal was leaking, and that was causing a lot of oil to come out, man. So we're gonna have to replace that, and I already have the parts for it. And now it's just a matter of putting this on the stand over there. But first, let's look at my buddy. And like that, it's on the stand now. It was a bit of a struggle. I struggled for no reason, like always. But you live and you learn. Put this on first. Don't try to put this all together on. I was struggling so bad. Put the little black piece on first and then slide this on. It'll make it way easier compared to trying to slide this on. And yeah, and there's little buddy right there standing in a bad spot. So basically, we gotta start cleaning this thing. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and start taking off the alternator because it's kind of in the way. So let's start off by taking off the belt. I have no idea how this comes off, to be honest. The reason I'm removing this is because we have to get to that Torx bit part, and it kind of gets in the way. If I try to get, even with the long extension, it kind of goes in crooked. So we kind of gotta get those off. And I kind of noticed that we gotta take this thingy-majigger off. Okay, that was a bit dumb of me. I could have just pulled it off. Now we just gotta yank it off this part. There you go. We can just unclip it from right here next to this big hose. And boom, it's off. Okay, now I believe we should be able to just take this off, but there's a bunch of lines connected to it. This big line. Alright, you can see the buddies in the background play while I do this. Yeah, look at all the freaking ugliness, bruh. You see why I want to clean all this stuff, man? Oh my gosh. Y'all can watch the buddies meanwhile I put this over there. Okay, now No! Oh my god! Thought I lost you guys for a second. Now we can get the belt off and then the alternator. I don't know what it is with this thing, but it does not want to stay in. I feel like these bits are trash. Bro, this dumb thing rounded off, so you know what? I'm just gonna cut it, bro. I can't take this no more. Stupid freaking belt, bruh. Maybe stupid me. I don't know. I mean, what the heck? I ain't too worried about it though. I guess since we need new one of those, let's just pop these two caps off. That's one. That's two. Nice. Easy peasy, bro. Now we can actually move the alternator for real this time. Holy crap. Okay, this one. We're about to go ham. Come on, boy. Yes, sir. We got it out now. Now another day we'll come back, as in tomorrow, and we're gonna start cleaning all this. We're gonna cover up all the holes, and then it should be as good as new, you know? Okay, well now it's time to clean it. Okay, well first we're gonna start off by blowing and sucking sucking all the little gunk that's in there, so that way I can take the coils off and actually get my mittens in there. This is my little vacuum, and this is the little blow thing. We're just gonna get in there at the same time and then just kind of go at it and pick everything up as much as I can, and then I'm gonna go in there with a towel and then clean everything up. Safety glasses first. Safety first. No! Where did that leaf come from, bruh? All right, so I finished the top side, and it does not look too bad, if I say so myself. So next is to take off the coils. The way to do this is to get an extension and just put it right there and then pull up. All right, now that all the coils are taken off and labeled and the holes are covered up, it's time to actually start cleaning this thing. So today we're gonna be using this thing, Simple Green Pro HD. Why this one? Because it's safe for aluminum. Our block is aluminum. We don't wanna use something that's for metal because it'll actually like it'll make it like basically weaker. So by using this and diluting it with a lot of water, it should be good enough to where I can just spray it on and then like scrub it a little bit and it'll be good as new. So, and then we got some toothbrushes and then this little pipe cleaner thing. Preferably, I would have had a detailing brush like the ones that they use on wheels, but I don't. So we're gonna have to make do with what we got. And then some rags too. So yeah, that's it. So let's get started on that. I'm actually first gonna start off by wiping all the thick layered stuff with the rag. So that way, once we spray that on and we kind of wet it and like rub it a little bit, agitate it, it should be like really nice. So let's start with the dirtiest side because I want to see the transformation and I know you guys want to too. You can already see as I wipe it down that it's taking off a lot of that just thick stuff, bruh. And I just rub it a little bit and it just comes right off for the most part. Look at all that gunk, bruh. All right, now I got this side wiped off. So it's time to start spraying it down. I'm gonna do side by side. So first this side and then the front and then the other side. Right now this is in the shade, so this is perfect because you don't want that. You don't want the Simple Green Pro to dry. So we're gonna spray here, then agitate it with some toothbrushes, and then we're just gonna kind of move around as we go through. So we got Buddy here standing in a bad spot again, like usual. Actually, this is the other one. So let's put him somewhere else. And with this, you're gonna So you're supposed to leave it like a couple minutes on there. So I'm gonna probably leave it like a minute or two. And then I'm gonna start taking it off. Or actually, I'm gonna start agitating it already. But to actually like rinse it off, you wanna wait a couple minutes. So right now, as it kind of like goes in, I'm just kind of scrubbing it down with my toothbrush. All right, now it's time to rinse it. I'm gonna probably have to do this step multiple times, but you're gonna get the idea. As I keep doing it, it's gonna keep getting better. So let's do this. Yeah, so the areas I hit up the most, or like that where I was able to get with the toothbrush, came out pretty good, I'd say. I'm gonna keep doing this step over and over until I get it perfectly clean. So let's get this junk looking right. This side is all clean now. As you can see, it looks pretty good. There's some spots that I want to hit up again, but I want to take this high pressure fuel pump off first because I can't get my mittens back there. So I'm gonna have to take that off, but I don't have the tools for it yet, so I'm gonna have to go back over it. But anyways, it looks pretty good. I'll show you guys a little before shot of what it looked like, and then you guys can see how it looks now. Not too bad if I say so myself. Anyways, now we gotta move on onto the front. That side took me a whole day, and this side hopefully should be a little quicker, but I don't know because it looks like it's really thick, but it seems like there's not as many spots that are hard to reach, so it shouldn't be too bad. So I'll come back once I get this side all cleaned up. All right, so the engine is all clean now, and if I say so myself, it looks pretty good. So let's look at it. This side is pretty clean. Besides, behind the high pressure fuel pump, this is something only y'all can see. It's dirty back there. I didn't end up taking this off, and I probably will do it later on. But yeah, I left it like that for now. Over here is pretty good, I'd say. This side, I did not touch at all, if I'm being honest. And let me tell you why. The turbos are in the way, and I think it's better to just clean it after I remove everything here and see if it's dirty, because most of it might even just be on the manifold itself. Because if I look at the block, there's like literally nothing on it. But it looks pretty good. One thing I forgot to mention is if you were doing this like inside your car, just make sure to plug up or cover up all the connectors and just leave it like drying for like a day or two. Like right now, for example, I left it outside just drying there, so that way everything evaporates. But you could also go in with the air compressor and just blow it out, or get a towel and go crazy. And before I end this video, I want to show you guys what I used. I ended up getting this from Amazon, and it came with some brushes and more brushes. They're like different materials. I didn't end up using them. I mostly did just this and a pick, this pick. But you have to be very light with it, because if you go in onto it too hard, then you're gonna scratch the surface. So you just gotta be careful with what you're doing. But that's how I basically went through everything. That concludes this video. If you liked what you saw, like and subscribe. Next video, we're gonna be refreshing the engine and putting on the turbo manifold. So be on the lookout for that if you guys wanna see what kit I went with and what turbo I got. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace out. Home Scout.